As we all know, this carbon tax scam puts less back into Canadians' pockets than what they pay into it. Proven by the PBO, the budgeting watchdog, again confirmed yesterday in committee that the indirect costs put less in Canadians' pockets. It also has done nothing to reduce emissions, and that was proven by the government's own environmental department that said they don't even track the emissions, so they don't even know if this is effective at all. We know that Canadians are visiting food banks in record numbers, 2 million a month to be exact, and Second Harvest says that this year there's going to be 1 million more on top of that will visit a food bank in a single month. A third of those are children. There's a new phenomenon in Canada where double income earning families are going to food banks more than ever before. We have also heard that people have asked for medical assistance in dying just because they're hungry. 8,000 people in a Facebook group talking about dumpster diving because of the cost of food, the cost of gas, and the cost of groceries and home heating. Seniors having to turn down their heat and use blankets because they can't afford to eat and heat their homes or keep a roof over their heads. And after 8 years of this government, they want to hike that tax 23%
Mr. Chair,
on
point
April
of order.
1st.
Is this a presentation of a motion or is this an oratorical speech?
The member has the floor. MP Helen is speaking to his motion.
Thank you for the ruling, Chair.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
23%, they're going to hike that tax. It's an April Fool's joke, but it's on Canadians. Canadians will have to pay this cost because this government doesn't understand that the farmer gets taxed, the trucker gets taxed, the retailer gets taxed, and that tax gets passed down to the buyer ultimately. And right now, Canadians are suffering. This government raised payroll taxes, which means they take more money from Canadians because of this government and its spending. Rents and mortgages have doubled. More of people's monthly income goes towards shelter and leaves them less and less with food. That is why Canadians are the most indebted households in the G7. That is why their delinquencies are going up for mortgages and credit card delinquencies. And that is why Canada is the most at risk in the G7 for mortgage default crisis. And the Liberal NDP government thinks it's a great idea to hike that tax 23%, to take even more. It's all economic pain and no environmental gain for anybody. And this government still wants to continue down with that on their path to quadruple the carbon tax, when they promised it would not go as high as that they're taking it. They actually said that in their last in the last election, that they wouldn't make it go higher. And after they got Canadians' votes, now they're going after Canadians' pocketbooks even further. This is the record after 8 years of the Liberal NDP government. So once again, we call on this government to spike the hike, axe the tax, scrap the carbon tax scam, leave the money in the pockets of hardworking, struggling Canadians after 8 years of this government. Thank you, Chair.